Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it.
So welcome back, everyone. This is an interesting show, and this is going to be really neat, too. My next guest is Sho Ray, and I'm going to say your last name, and I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Her last name is Aftur Ray.
Sho Ray Aftahi.
Aftahi. I couldn't get the last name. Forget that. I won't
No
have
worries.
to say that again.
No worries.
You're the owner of Focal Point Business Performance Coaching. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I'm Sho Ray Aftahi. I have been in the business world, per se, on the corporate side for 30 years. And really, the piece of what I did that was absolutely exciting to me, that I woke up every day to go to work excited, was developing others. So through the 30 years, I've had a lot of fun, learned a lot, and it's been a great journey. That's where I mastered the art of coaching. And along with my educational pedigree, I have an MBA and a PhD in business management. So combined, really I've reached a point that I was able to help others, and particularly my teams, to reach high performance in a very easy way. And in a way that we had created a lot of connections and created personal accountability and responsibility towards their own success. And my teams not always have been right under my nose. They've been all over the nation. And with that said, it was great to see people taking charge of their own destiny in what they were doing and be better than they ever thought they could be. So that's how now that I am focusing on expanding my private practice that I've had for 10 years, it was simple. It was a simple decision. It was the best part of the job. So I'm a business coach. I'm a certified business coach. And I help individuals, business owners, CEOs, anyone really that wants to achieve their goals faster than they could do on their own. And that's what I do.
Now, you're having an event that's coming up. Let's talk a little bit about it. Mm-hmm. It's Path to Full Potential. It is an actual event that you're going to be doing coming up September 20th. Let's talk about it.
Path to Full Potential is my website.
Okay. What is the event called?
The event is Communications Breakthrough.
Okay.
And it really focuses on learning one's behavioral style and motivations. It's amazing how it's innate in us, but we don't realize how our behavioral style that comes through in talking, in writing, in setting up our environment, in office, home, wherever we are. We have a style, and that style communicates to people. There are really 4 different types of styles, and and we have a mixture of all of them. But we have a primary style, and then a secondary style that are strongest of all 4, and that's how we communicate. That is how we shut people down, not to hear us, or we engage them in a conversation. It is not about good, bad, or indifferent. It is about learning how people communicate and how we can adapt our style to actually communicate better, connect in our business world, business life, I should say, whether you are a CEO with a large team, or you're a sales manager, or you're a salesperson. It doesn't matter. We need to communicate to be successful. And it's amazing. And I usually actually say that you can increase your results by 25, 50, or 75%, meaning how many styles you can connect to and how much business you may or may not leave on the table. So the workshop on September 20th is about behavioral styles. The participants actually get to have an assessment. It'll be emailed to them. They take the assessment. They get the full report. It's a DISC integrated assessment, behaviors and motivators. And there are a plethora of different types of DISCs out there. So it's really important that you search and find one that is credible to use. The person that invented DISC also invented the lie detector test. but he did not protect his intellectual property. So many have taken it and ran with it, but not all of them are reliable. So the workshop includes the assessment prior to the workshop, and we spend 4 hours learning about the styles and how easily we could adapt to have better results and better relationships.
This is going to be September 20th. It's from 4 to 8 p.m. It's at Residence Inn. It's by the Mayo Clinic in North Phoenix. And all the information is on your website,
Yes.
which is pathtofullpotential.com. You can also call her. You do free consultations.
Yes.
Her number is 602-502-8047. But we're going to do something. First of all, there's a couple different things. We're going to enter everyone in to win a ticket for, it's a $450 value for this seminar that she's having coming up on the 20th of September. So I want everyone to get entered into that. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You also are an author of a little book. I want to talk a little bit about that. And what is it? It's The Champion's Power, Adapting to Win. Go ahead.
Yes, it's basically a short writing about how do you adapt to different behavioral styles. So it gives you a lot of tips and clues to utilize and put it really to use every day in every kind of relationship you have, personal or professional.
Now, we want to give everyone that. Everyone's going to get a copy of it. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And again, this seminar that she's having is September 20th. It's from 4 to 8 p.m. It sounds like it could be you don't have to be a large corporation to work with someone like you and to learn all of this. Right. If you were a single salesperson just out there pounding the phones like I do, basically it would work for you too. How does it make it? How does it make them better?
Yes. First, let me address, what I have a love for sharing and for developing and helping others. It truly is my passion. And yes, my one-on-one coaching pretty much is geared towards business owners, CEOs, and as such. My workshops and seminars, the way I can give to general public, whatever position you have. And even if you're just in your personal life, you're a parent, and you're having difficulty communicating, your couple, whatever you are, siblings, communication is important in every aspect
Everywhere.
of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really about understanding simple things. To give you an example, I use myself as an example. Many years ago, before I was introduced to DISC and other behavioral style assessments, I actually had a communication style that shuts most people down. I'm very direct. I'm very dominating. I'm a director.
Sounds
type.
like one of my girls right now, right? Just like me.
Right. I just, I move very fast. You give me a thought. I want it to be bullet point, factual. Don't give me fluff and move on, right? And I'm very analytical. So guess what? Most of them I said, how come they don't get that? How come people don't get me? But through the years, I've learned that as I interact with people, I need to adapt to their behavioral style. I always tell my clients and people that I coach or develop in workshops, I say the responsibility of communication is yours. Yes, people understand or don't, but you're the one who's communicating. So taking that a little bit of time, you don't have to change, but you can adapt by lowering your voice with certain type of behavioral styles. If you're loud and flamboyant, you shut them down. If some people don't want too much fluff, they want the details in writing, but they just want you to go concise, to the point, be organized, have all your analysis, all your back data ready in a written format, but be very quick in delivering whatever you're telling them verbally, and so on and so forth.
We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we want to talk further. If you get a radio show, it's a great way of having to learn and deal with people, but you're going to have a loud voice. Now, again, we've got the seminar that's everyone's getting entered in to win. It's a $450 value free to you. Give us a call here at 602-277-5369. Check her out at pathtofullpotential.com.
Traded it all.
Welcome back. We're talking with Show Ray. Aftahi. I said it correctly,
Yes, you did.
as good as I could. She is the owner of Focal Point Business Performance Coaching. We've been talking a little bit about her seminar that she's having coming up. It's on September 20th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Residence Inn by the Mayo Clinic in North Phoenix. We've got everyone getting entered in to win a ticket. It's a $450 value, free to you. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I do also want to say that it's not just for these top business corporations or business people. It is for anybody, even if you're in just sales. What a great thing to have on your side to learn how to communicate with anyone, really. So the number here to call is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You do free consultations. You can work with anyone from anywhere.
Yes. I have clients internationally. I'm actually new to the Phoenix area. So I'm getting to know a lot of good people, and I'm out there meeting. But I thank God for video conferencing and telephone and technology that helps to coach from anywhere.
Right. And now you can check her out on her website. It's path2fullpotential.com. You can call her. She does free consultations at 602-502-8047, or call in here. Get yourself entered in to win a ticket. Also, we're going to give everyone the book that she written. It's the Champion's Power, Adapting to Win. We've got everyone that's going to get that book. We're just going to give that to everyone. 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Now, you were talking a little bit for people who had missed the communication breakthrough, which includes the full DISC assessment. Again, that's something that people don't really understand what it is. What is it? What is it?
Okay. So it's an assessment you answer a lot of questions, and at the end you get a very comprehensive report as to what is your behavioral style. You either fall into a D as a primary behavior style. D stands for a director type, powerhouse. I should say.
Okay, go ahead.
And you fall into an I, which is the social butterfly. I am the influencer. Or you fall into S. And S's are the steady, the people that are very steady, they're harmonious, they don't like confrontation, and so on. Or you fall in the C, the analyzer, the compliance is very important to them, and so on. So you have a primary behavioral style and a secondary, which is your top two scores. Now, this is really important because
it's not a test. It's for you guys out there. It's for everybody out there.
Yes. I've had people come up to me and say, well, I don't know who my client is. I don't give a DISC assessment to everyone when I meet them. You don't have to. You can easily just read an email they sent you. And there are specific signs you look for. If I'm sending an email, Shorey, I send an email to someone, it'll be bullet point. It was concise. It will say, thank you, but it will very much quickly will go into the essence of what I want to say. No fluff.
Right.
If I'm an influencer, then you will see probably a half a paragraph describing how our meeting was great, and then saying the same thing, but it will have a lot of fluff to it, right? So you can actually read an email and know what the person's assessment is, behavioral style is. And you go to someone's office. Look around the office. You say hello, look around the office.
Talk to them for a minute. You know, we all know.
The potential client. No, just look. If you see papers everywhere, even flowing onto the desk, on the ground, and so on, you're talking to an I. They're loud and they love it. They're enthusiastic and they're friendly. And then you talk to the person who's an S. You go in their office and you will see their family pictures, but you will see the family pictures inward. That means when they're sitting at their desk, they're looking at it. They're for them. But, and you also see that they will come around the desk and they'll sit next to you and maybe even touch you on the shoulder. That is an S behavior. And the C is the analyzer. They want all the facts. You got to be very organized. and their environment is very ship-shape and organized, as opposed to a D. D wants the facts and all that, but D is all about authority, right? You walk into that office, you will see authority screaming out. And with that said, you will see all their family pictures. They're outward. That means you can see them. You see plaques and
They want you to know all
stuff
about
they
them.
won, and you see a lot of neatly stacks of paper. Meaning, look how many projects they're working on. They're not all over the place. They're in stacks, as opposed to the eye that was all over the place. So there are distinct signs that you can actually see and read into and assess pretty much and adjust your behavioral style. So if I'm talking to an eye, I'll be very enthusiastic, just like they are, because then I can, communicate, connect with them, build trust, build that rapport. If I'm talking to someone who is a C or an S, I will speak with a lower tone of voice. Otherwise, they don't want to listen to me for very long.
I'll tell you something. It's fascinating. I love just listening to you. It's really
Thank
neat.
you. Thank
And there's something that everybody should learn. You can own a business. You can be a salesperson in every facet of your life. Knowing and learn how to read people and knowing how to communicate with them is huge. She's got a seminar that she's doing September 20th. The seminar is called, what is it called? Communication Breakthrough, and it's actually a workshop. So it's actually something that they work hands-on with you.
Yes,
Okay?
yes. They will learn when they leave. They have already learned how to assess. Just meeting people, how to assess.
It's September 20th. It's from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Residence Inn by the Mayo Clinic in North Phoenix. It also includes the communication breakthrough disc that you're talking about that you're all going to get. We've got everyone getting entered in to win a ticket. It's a $450 value, free to you, invaluable. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check her out on her website. It's pathtofullpotential.com. Her phone number, she does free consultations and works with anyone throughout the country, throughout the world, actually, you said. Her number is 602-502-8047. We're also going to give everyone her book, The Champion's Power, Adapting to Win, and everyone's going to get that from her. Our number again is 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. In the book, you said that there's tips and things like that. So it's the same thing?
Yes, it just talks about the different behavioral styles. How do you detect what they are, what people are? It's just tips about connecting with others.
Right. So how do you tip? Give us a tip. Give us a little tip that you would say.
I gave you a lot already.
Well,
I'll
okay,
give you more.
I'm out of the book.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I'm
say that
sorry.
again?
I just want to say if there was something that you wanted to say more that would give them more, successful in running their business.
Yes. So this is how you utilize understanding of behavioral styles in your business. If you're a business owner, you have teams of people that work for you, one or many. Having the ability to clearly communicate your strategy with your employees would enable them to embody it and be able to support you, rally behind you, and bring that strategy to life, to have that ownership around it. But it's your responsibility to communicate it the way they understand it. If you're dealing with clients and you're capturing sales, basically selling your products, services, you need to be able to have those effective communication with your prospects to be able to sell your value proposition in a way that it's powerful and they connect with it and they want it.
How can people register for the event?
Yes, if you go to, actually it's on Eventbrite, so you can even search it on Eventbrite, Communication Breakthrough. But if you go to my website, Path to Full Potential, click on events, and there is a link there that you can click and it will take you right to registration.
Okay, so go to pathtofullpotential.com. I find that all of this is so fascinating, and I said that, like you said, you could talk for hours about how the different styles of communicating with different people, and you literally did it right here of how you did from one to the other, which is really neat. For the people that are listening, I want them to understand too that business owners. There's a lot of people that are sole business owners. You will work with them as well?
Yes. I've had clients that at a startup, they were starting a business and they had the foresight to put the funds towards getting started the right way. Most people get started and make many mistakes. And, according to Gallup, 50% of businesses go out of business the first 5 years. So I've had startup and I've had corporations, CEOs of corporations, anything in between. It really depends on the individual and how fast they want to achieve the goal.
Her phone number is 602-502-8047. It's pathtofullpotential.com.